Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's going to be a good day, especially for Jared. Jared, it's your birthday today, so we are going to have some fun with a 2-round, kind of like a little mini chipper. It's a good time. And before we get to that, let's talk about the warm-up. The warm-up is going to consist of some lower body love. You've got some plank to down dog for 3 to 5. If you want to add in a few ankle presses, you can do that. Into a plank, knee to nose for 10, alternating back and forth. Get some hip compression in there and some core. Back scale to high knee, working on some balance, 3 a side, single leg RDL for 5 a side. Then we're going to finish off with 3 dynamic triangle, loaded or unloaded, 3 per side for 2 to 3 rounds. After that, we're going to move into a little bit more kind of guided kind of movements to our workout. We're going to go for a run or cardio piece of choice. If you want to check that workout description, I'll have some things down there for you. Into a dumbbell standing march for 20 seconds, just nice and steady. We'll talk about that as we get going. Back lunge for 10 alternating reps, dumbbell push press for 5 with a 3-second hold per rep per side because we're doing single arm dumbbell push press today. And then we're going to finish off with a floor pike hold, so just getting both those arms, that core set up in an overhead position for 15 to 30 seconds. Hitting that up for 3 to 5 rounds and then moving yourself into your work set. Your work set today is 2 rounds of a 200-meter run or cardio of choice. Dumbbell step up, 20 alternating total count. You're going to use your dumbbell in a goblet or single arm farmers, front rack, it's up to you. You'll do 20 total. You'll then move into a 200-meter run or cardio of choice, and you'll finish off the round with 20 push presses on the right side and 20 push presses on the left side, using 1 dumbbell for the workout, for the step up, and for the push press. So it's going to be a cool little work set. It doesn't take too long. Our goal should be around sub 20 minutes with this one. So have fun with this one, you guys. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. But before we do that, we got to warm you up. So let's get you guys ready to go. All right, guys, let's warm you guys up a little bit. Let's get our feet underneath of our hips. We're going to take the arms big and tall up overhead. We're going to give ourselves a little shrug. We're going to come back down with the shoulders. Scratch your back with the elbow. Reach through the elbow. We'll come back up, big stretch. We're going to scratch our back with the other side, reach. Come back up, big stretch. We're going to bring both arms down behind. We're going to walk our scapula. So we're going to pull our ribs in. We're going to press the elbow up. We'll come back down, press the other elbow up. Back down, press, and down, and press, and down. 2 more, press, and down, and press, and down. Big stretch. Let's shrug. And let's take those hands to the hips. Take those hips around a few times. Nice and gentle. And fly buzzing around my head at the moment. So if you see any random hand movements, that's what it is. Other way. Good. We'll come back to center. Bring our feet together. Gentle circles around those knees. Around those ankles. We'll go the other way, nice and easy. And then from here, we're going to separate the feet. We're going to work some balance. We're going to press into those toes, balancing your pinky and big toe. And we're going to lower slow, about 3 seconds down. Press up, lower 3 seconds down. Press, lower 3 seconds down. And one more time, press. Lower 3 seconds down. Big stretch. Forward fold. Send those hips way back. Touch the toes. We're going to walk at the shins. Come down. Touch the floor. We're going to roll ourselves up. Big stretch. Big clap. Come back down. Whew. If you'd like to do a little bit more kind of lower body, kind of lizard lungey stuff, a little slower warm up, please pause the video. Take that down. We're going to move right into our next phase, which is going to consist of some plank to down dogs for 3 to 5 reps. So pause the video, take down that extra cool down, warm up if you want it. We're going to move into this phase. So for now, plank to down dog. Again, we use this quite a bit to wake up our lats and our hips. I get set in my plank position, curling through my ribs and hips, pressing through my shoulders, and I'm going to try and maintain that lat engagement as I pull my hips back, softening my knees, and then from here I feel those lats super strong on, armpits pointing towards my toes, and if I'd like, I can add a press, add press, and then come back into my plank, getting that tension in, getting strong here through the lats, and then extend back and up. You can keep it a little bit more dynamic if you'd like, but I would like you to really focus on that engagement through the side body all the way through that range of motion. All right. Moving from our plank to down dog, all right, we have our plank knee to nose. So I'm going to stay to the side so you guys can see the compression. And I get through, I extend my legs, nice and tight in that plank, press through the shoulders, I'm going to pull my knee up to my nose, give a little round in it, extend into my plank, pull my knee in, extend into my plank. So again, with that movement set, I want to make sure that I'm establishing that good plank, my good shoulder position in between each rep to make sure that I'm able to execute that good compression through the midline and the hip each time I pull that knee to my nose. Try not to jerk the knee up, squeeze the knee up, okay? From there we come to standing, we work through our back scale to high knee, so just a little bit of balance work. So I'm gonna face this way for a second, I'll face you for another rep. I get stable in my balancing leg. From here, I'm gonna pull that foot back as I hinge at my hip. I find my end range, I come through, and I'm gonna pull that knee up with a good little hip compression, and then come back down, or flow right back into that back scale, depending on my balance. I'll come back through, lift that knee up, and come back down. So from the front, what I'm going to do, grab that leg, I get set, I'm going to hinge, pushing my heel back so I stay engaged through my glutes. From there, I'm going to come through, taking my time, pulling that knee up, and then coming back down, okay? So really focusing on the balance there. Take your time, work through that range, try and move slow. You'll feel that hamstring, you'll feel that hip. It'll be a nice way to get those legs fired up, especially the ankles. That'll give you a great chance to wake those up a little bit more. From there, we're gonna move into our single leg RDL. So again, very similar. I'm going to do the first one with empty hands, pretending like I'm holding a dumbbell. I'm going to pick my leg, and I'm going to work with, and the other leg is going to kind of deload a little bit so I can bring my toe back. And I'm going to focus more on hinging and pulling my hip back than trying to keep everything super straight through this leg. And then I stand tall. So this will have a little bit more knee bend than our back scale. So I pull back, my body is on like more of a 45 degree, feeling my hamstring, and then I stand tall, okay? So with the dumbbell, I can hold it to the front with two hands, holding onto the bell, pulling that hip back, getting into that hinge, standing tall. I can hold it on the same side as the leg that goes back, and then I stand tall. Or I can hold on the same side as I balance on as I pull back. This one, you have to make sure that we really work on staying square, tight, and set, so we're not rotating to the side of the dumbbell. From there, we move into our dynamic triangle. So we're going to continue working with some of this side body motion, single leg stuff. So I get myself out to kind of my sumo stance. I turn one toe, turn the other toe on the angle, hand to the thigh, hand to the sky. I'm going to initiate by pulling the hip back, keeping the leg straight as I let my body trace my leg, coming down to the foot or as far as I can, and then I trace the leg back up. In a perfect world, if I turn and face this way, and I set myself up facing the camera, I should stay in one straight kind of line all the way down to the foot and then come back up. So if I had two panes of glass here, I would fit in between as I pull the hip back and I lean down and hinge. So take your time with that, especially with your range of motion. Listen to your body. That's another one of those movements that as you warm up more, you might find your range gets bigger as you do more time with that, and then you change to the other side, rock that, and hit that for 3 more reps. Quick little recap, we have plank to down dog, 3 to 5 reps, plank knee to nose for 10, alternating back and forth, back scale to high knee, taking your time for your balance on that one, 3 reps per side, single leg RDL, loaded, unloaded, whatever you want to do there for 5 a side, and then a dynamic triangle for 3 a side, 2 to 3 rounds. Pause the video, take that down, get the legs, get the hips ready to go. We're going to move into the next phase of warm-up, which actually kickstarts off with a cardio piece or a run. So we're going to pretend like you run, take that run out there, go for it, or your cardio piece of choice, wall run, skip, whatever you're going to do. Check the workout description, I'll have some options. Our next exercise is our march, our standing march. So I'm going to grab my dumbbell, I'm going to hold it up under the chin, all right, and I'm going to stand still in one place. I'm going to lift my knees up as high as I can, not bashing my elbows. I'm also not crunching over. I'm staying super tall as I lift those knees up through the hip flexor and the quad. The extra load is nice because it makes us stay tight to our core, all right? And I'm not really holding on to the dumbbell. I'm just sort of resting against my chest as I get those steps going. You can make them fast, you can make them slow, but I would like you to make sure you're getting those knees as high as you can for your balance and the strength in that quad will allow. From there, once your quads are a little bit more burned out, we're going to move into the back lunge. So again, I'm standing facing this direction. My back lunge, I'm going to step back and down. So I'm really working on controlling my position, trying to keep the front knee stacked over top of the heel and that torso nice and vertical. Take it down to the range that you feel comfortable with. I don't want you crashing that knee into the floor. I want you really focusing on good, solid technique. If you're more comfortable doing that standing lunge drill, working on your positions, all right, I'm okay with that. Do that instead. You're gonna rock 5 per side, nice and slow, maybe with a 3-second tempo, to build your lunge and make it stronger. After that, we get to put some weight over our head. So we're gonna move into our push press. So again, with the push press, I clean the dumbbell to my shoulder. I get myself set up with my feet just outside the hips, and I'm gonna do my dip and drive. So as I dip, my knees are gonna go slightly out to the outside, my feet stay flat, and my torso is nice and vertical. When I drive out of the dip, the dumbbell is gonna go up, and I'm gonna come back down. I'm gonna turn to the side so you guys can see my dip, I dip down, my torso is vertical, my knees go out, my feet are flat, and then I drive, boom, dumbbell comes up, overhead. In this as well, we don't pause in the bottom of the dip, so I'm going to do a couple reps at speed. Good, and then come back down. So from there, we work on that good overhead position. You're going to hold the top of each rep, all right, for 3 seconds. Nothing crazy, just a little hold to show that overhead control, and maintain that good tension throughout the body. All right. Our last exercise in our movement set is the floor pike hold. So we're going to get set up in our little tabletop, but with our knees together and our toes curled out. My hands are under my shoulders, my knees are together under the hips, and I'm going to get tight through my core, through my shoulders first, and then I'm going to load my shoulders by lifting my hips up, pressing into the shoulders and the floor as I maintain that good hollow and good tension. If I'd like, I can walk my feet a little closer to load my shoulders more, but I want you guys to think about that active pressure through the shoulders and that tight body position. You can hold that anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. Coming out of it, if you feel your shoulders disengage or your core start to turn off. Okay? Remember, we're loading the shoulders, not the legs like in a down dog. You want to stay forward. Quick little recap for you guys with that. We have our cardio piece of choice. Nice little short piece. Dumbbell standing march, 20 seconds. Into our back lunge for 10 alternating reps. Dumbbell push press for 5 with a 3-second hold overhead per side. And then a floor pike hold to bring it all together for 15 to 30 seconds. 3 to 5 rounds. Pause the video, take it down, rock that work set, see how it goes, get things ready to go. We're going to talk about our movements and our work set and and get you fired up. So our workout consists of a cardio piece, 200-meter run, or the equivalent that I'll have on the bottom for you. You're then going to move into your dumbbell step up. And the dumbbell step up, I have a box here, a smaller one, can be anything, right, that allows you to step up safely, all right, with the dumbbell. So the dumbbell can be held to the side, to the front rack, or underneath the chin. You're going to work through 20 alternating reps, nice and smooth, coming up to full extension, and take it down until you've done 20. If you don't have anything stable to step up on, right, I'll have some different options there at the bottom of the list. You can work on a dumbbell lunge, right? You can work on a dumbbell standing lunge drill, okay? And you can work on that standing march, okay? So I'll have some rep schemes and have some different options there for you for the step up. If you don't have a stepping option, we'll have some stuff taken there for you for sure. Then you'll head back outside, do your run or cardio piece of choice. You'll come back in and you're going to finish off with 20 push presses on the right. Once you've done your 20, you'll toss it over, and 20 push presses on the left, making sure that we're hitting that good overhead position. We're keeping our torso stacked and vertical, all right? And we're using those legs and hips to get the dumbbell moving. Once you finish 20 and 20, you'll do that all over again, one more time, and then you'll be done. 2 rounds of love, 2 rounds of body work. It's gonna be a great time. Happy birthday, Jared. I hope you enjoy this one. I hope you all enjoy, have fun. Let me know what you do for your step-ups, your options, whatever you end up doing for your cardio. Let me know how it goes. Look forward to that, kind of those notes and messages. But until then, I will see you tomorrow for some more fun, and talk to you soon. All right? Have a great day, you guys, and enjoy.